There we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 60-Yard Dash. New name coming soon. We've established that. We said that last week. We still haven't decided on a name because this is a special episode. Me and Austin had the same mind path when we were watching this wild card super wild card game.
Yeah.
It is 28-0. Cleveland over the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, and the second quarter has just begun. Austin, what the hell do you think about this right now?
I mean, the story of the game really isn't even like what Baker's been able to do with the football or anything like that. It's like the Steelers are imploding in front of us. Like they can't do anything. They can't throw the ball. They can't run the ball. Big Ben looks the worst he's looked in a very long time. This game could get really, really ugly for Pittsburgh.
Did you see so on my personal Facebook, I posted a status. I said Big Ben has overthrown 4 receivers. 2 of them have led to interceptions.
Yeah.
And Big Ben's arm looks like Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees played phenomenal today. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great against the Bears. I mean, look, I'm looking at the stat line right now.
The Pittsburgh fans are here. Don't worry.
You know, it's funny because I went to college in Pittsburgh, and I have a couple of college roommates that were Browns fans, and I learned more about the AFC North rivalries coming from, Illinois, where, Packers-Bears rivalry is huge. And they hate each other so much. So I'm watching a few of my Pittsburgh buddies that are on Snapchat, and they are just clowning the Steelers right now because this is bad. I mean, this is the type of stuff that gets guys released.
This is the kind of stuff that gets coaches fired.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Tomlin's job would be in jeopardy because of this game.
I fully agree.
Definitely see a Big Ben release. Juju Smith is going to get traded.
His contract runs up at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. He's just not going to get re-signed.
So he's going to go free agency. Big Ben's going to go off into the sunset and retire. They're probably going to try to bring in J.J. Watt because there's no pressure on Baker Mayfield at all right now.
No,
they're getting their first real punt at 11:26 in the second quarter right now, live as we speak.
Why?
And it almost gets blocked.
Oh, by TJ. Yeah.
I'm probably a little bit ahead of you, but regardless, the 28 points the Browns put up in that first quarter is the most in playoff history.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice defense. It's kind of surreal, to be honest with you. I thought Cleveland was going to come out here and play their hearts out. They owe this to their fans.
It's not even the end of the second quarter. It's already 28-0. The thing about this is COVID is literally destroying Cleveland right now. I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I'm going to say that straight up because of what COVID has done to the Cleveland Browns. They are without the 2 starting cornerbacks. Yeah. Denzel Ward, and I forget the other one's name. Sendejo just came back. They're missing 2 wide receivers. Their head coach is off. They have 3 assistant coaches off. And yet somehow it's still 28-0.
I think you have to place the large portion of the blame at the feet of Big Ben. I mean, he's just looked awful tonight.
Quick fix on my stat there. It's since the 1970 merger.
Thank you, Christina.
Yep. Since the 1970 merger, they've scored the most points in a playoff game first quarter.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Christina.
It's absolutely insane. I mean, if
DeAndre here, he says he's not surprised by this game because the Steelers played like shit the last few games.
Yes. I agree. I was never a big fan of the Steelers. I was never buying into what they were selling.
When we first came back live, my exact sentence, and I keep cutting you off because we both have a lot to say right now. But when we first came back live, the very first thing I said was the Pittsburgh Steelers this year are the New England Patriots last year.
Yeah, they've done nothing. They've beat no-name teams. They've accomplished nothing. I mean, if you look at the games that they played in December, and I think you can tell a lot about a team that's going into the playoffs on how they can, how they look in December. I have some of the same issues with Kansas City right now. Kansas City looked very unpolished, and in disarray in December, and I think that's going to translate into their first playoff game.
Martin here agrees with me.
Browns.
Yeah, Martin here says he agrees with me. COVID spread. He would pick Cleveland to win, but with the COVID spread, me and Martin, we took the safe bet.
Yeah,
we're completely wrong, and like we have to admit that right now.
Oh, Vegas is loving this right now. Whoever picked the Browns, they are loving this because I think the Steelers were like minus like 6.5 or something, and I mean you win big betting on the Browns, especially on this.
Randall, how can we forget 11-0? It's so easy when you beat nobodies, and then you had to. The only way you beat Tennessee in that early game was because the refs screwed Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's it.
If you look at
trash.
I said this about the Dallas Cowboys. Was it last year or the year before where they went on that like 6-0 run and everybody was like, oh, Dallas is finally putting it together. But then you look at the teams that they beat, and it was like Miami before they got Brian Flores and, the Giants and the football team when they were still the Redskins. And it's just like, I don't give you credit for that. I think Tampa's played a lot of, bad teams this year. I think Pittsburgh played a schedule of bad teams this year. They beat Cleveland, and I'll give you credit for that one. But those rivalry in the division games, I mean, Green Bay lost to Minnesota this year. Minnesota's horrible. It's when you play teams that are in your division, the games are a lot different, and because you see them, more often. I just watching this right now. This looks like a game that you retire after.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Big Ben retires. I mean, even these short passes he's doing that are being completed still look like ducks.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's not throwing the football; he's pushing the football.
Randall here is harping on the secondaries, bro. And as soon as they clinched, they only played their secondaries. I don't know, and it looks like Cleveland just got the ball back again.
Really? James Conner fumble? I think you're a little ahead of me, like you said.
I'm at 10-11 to go right now. Play's already over. Let's see. I'm getting the replay.
I'm at 10:43.
Tipped off the line, intercepted. Another interception.
This is insane.
I was so into talking about this game on live stream right now that I missed that interception. That is the third interception of the game for Ben Roethlisberger.
And Cleveland's not really doing anything, special. They're showing them what they're doing. I mean, they're loading the box. They're dropping a few back into coverage. It's oh my gosh.
This is just an all-out murder, guys. What do you think? Can Pittsburgh somehow come back from this? Is this game over? What do you guys think right now?
This is
most in NFL and career high. Ben Roethlisberger, 20 passes batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Which, I mean, for a guy like Big Ben, when you're huge, you get to stand in the pocket, there's no excuse.
DeAndre says it's Big Ben's retirement party.
I agree. It's starting to get to that point where you can't, unless your name is Tom Brady, days of you being able to stand in the pocket and just throw the ball are gone. You have to.
Devin, our resident Steelers fan, as I have so figured out by his Facebook post today, he says, "Pain."
Just sums it up in one word.
All I feel is pain. Randall says this game is absolutely ridiculous. Randall, are you a Steelers fan? Is that what's going on here? My mother is absolutely loving it, and it couldn't happen to a better. That's something I wanted to bring up. How much of Juju's antics have screwed with the chemistry of the Pittsburgh Steelers this year?
I think you could blame a lot of it on Juju, but I think that's a little bit of a cop-out. I think most of it you'd have to lay at the feet of the quarterback. The team starts with the quarterback, and his play has just not been up to par this year. That being said, I think Juju Smith's the most overrated receiver in the league. He's so garbage to me. I mean, he's just,
Conklin is leaving with an injury.
Oh, boy.
He is limping out. Well, slowly limping, whatever you want to call it. He's slowly moving to the sideline. I mean, that's not going to change anything in this game. Oh. But that's now two starting offensive linemen One Pro Bowler this year, one Pro Bowler last year.
Hopefully they'll be able to get these guys back before they go. And I mean, it's looking like they're going to go play Kansas City. I mean, if you really think about it, this game has huge playoff implications because now instead of Baltimore having to go play Kansas City, you have Baltimore going to Buffalo now.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great game. TJ Watt got through. Baker slippery. And there's a flag on the play. Let's catch up on comments real quick.
Okay.
Martin is really enjoying this. Randall, second half team. Yep, everybody says they're a second half team, and he is a diehard Steelers fan.
Yeah,
I was in Seattle.
The second half team thing comes in when you're down by 2 scores.
Yep.
Not 5.
Martin also says most of it's on Juju. And then Trevor coming in with, I need Daddy J's voice to put me to sleep.
Wow.
That's my best friend for you.
Okay. I don't think you could blame most of it on Juju. I think Juju is kind of just an outside distraction. This all falls on Ben. He's throwing horrible passes, like you said. Even the intermediate to short throws are ducks. Nice Baker.
Yep, just seeing the play I just saw. I'm on to play the next play, and it's dropped. He got away with a penalty on that one. Definite late hit, but it is what it is.
I'm very excited to see what Colin Cowherd's going to say about the Cleveland Browns tomorrow.
I can't wait to listen to Pat McAfee tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Tuesday, he'll have Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. I don't know if you've been watching, but Aaron Rodgers.
I love Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
Him and AJ Hawk, and AJ Hawk's just in there smoking cigars.
Trevor says, I love how I'm ahead of you. I don't know how far ahead of. So I'm ahead of Austin. I don't know how far Trevor is ahead of me.
Delayed, I guess.
Is Juju turning into Antonio Brown? So real quick, before we get into that, one thing I wanted to say is a lot of this also falls on the Steelers fan base. We're overhyping Chase Claypool. He's a good receiver, but after that 4 touchdown game, they were treating him like Justin Jefferson, and he's not that good.
No, I think Claypool has a high ceiling. I think he can be really good. He needs better quarterback and more consistent quarterback play. But when you talk about Juju Smith and comparing him to Antonio Brown, the difference with Antonio Brown was, he had the antics on the field and off the field, but he had production on the field. That's the thing we're not seeing with Juju is we're not seeing any production. He doesn't put up enough stats to support to offset the amount of antics he pulls off the field. The dancing on the logo and all that stuff is fine when you're Odell Beckham Jr. or Antonio Brown or Julio Jones. But he's not, and he's arguably not a number 1 receiver on any other team in the league. I think if you'd send him to any team that has a ball dominant receiver, he's a number 2.
And he'd excel in a number 2 role. He's not excelling in the number 1 role.
I think he'd be great in Green Bay as a compliment to Devontae Adams, but I mean that won't happen. But
so I just got a notification on my phone. It's Brett Michaels. Getting fired up for Steelers versus Browns today. Who else? Here we go, Steelers. Pat McAfee retweeted what? Oh shit! Steelers might win by 1,000. On things that didn't age well, it looks like Cleveland might win by 1,000.
Yeah, Cleveland might win by 1,000. We might see the highest scoring playoff game by one team.
DeAndre over here with Jake. I like this guy. Talking about you, Austin. He likes you.
Thank you. Yeah, DeAndre's like my best friend because he just agrees with everything I say. When I was talking about the Packers, he was agreeing with Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP. And I think we know now, right? It came out that Rodgers won the MVP.
Did it officially come out? I must have missed that one. I think
so. I seen it something. I know like NFL on Fox or something did like a polling. I don't know if that's official or anything, but I know Rodgers was the MVP by like 68% of votes. I think it was like fan polling, but Chase Young was the defensive rookie of the year. Justin Herbert was the offensive rookie of the year.
That's the only one I did see.
Sean McDermott was the coach of the year, which I kind of completely agree with.
So real quick, guys, make sure you like, comment, share. Make sure you get our faces out there, get our takes out there. Make sure you're helping grow our brand, especially the liking. The liking of this video on Facebook is the most important to the Facebook algorithm. So the more you like our stuff, the better it is for us on our end. So please, please like this video. And if you haven't already, go follow us on Twitch. We are also on Twitch. We are also on YouTube, but I don't really care much about the YouTube. I really just use it to save the videos.
Oh.
So, is there any chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers come back from this?
Well, I think you have to. I don't know. I think if the Browns score on the drive, did they just punt the ball, or are they still? You're ahead of me. If they're still possessing the football, I mean,
I'm on a commercial now.
So am I. If they score here and they make it 35-0, I don't think I've ever seen a team come back from 35-0. So, can we get a stat check on that? When's the last time that happened?
Yeah, I think that happened.
Because I don't think that's ever happened. And I'm sure it's never happened in the playoffs. So, I think you score 35 in the first half of a playoff game. You score one more time in the second half, you're sitting your starters. We might see a quarterback switch in Cleveland. Just
28. The most in history is 28. It happened in December 7th, 1980.
There you go.
San Francisco came back against New Orleans from 28 points to win 38-35.
There you go. Yeah, I don't. If they make it 35-0, I think it's
Cam Yost here. Steelers are absolute garbage and have been all season. We've been saying it all season too. You're not alone there, Cam.
We've definitely been a media company that's perpetuating this nonsense that the Steelers are terrible.
Yeah, Steelers do have the ball, so it's 28-0 still. Steelers do have the ball.
Okay,
but
if they score here, then I mean it's possible, I'd say, but
they have scored before halftime if they want to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
According to Trevor, reports say he will, talking about Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP. Yeah, we all say he's going to win the MVP. It's a matter of if it's happened yet or not. Because if it's happened, it's news. Rodgers being selected All-Pro, yeah.
I don't think there's any way that someone else is just going to pop in. I mean, if this was the 80s, maybe like you said, Derrick Henry would be getting it, but again, if this was the 80s, we've never seen passing stats like that. So I think he's a runaway.
Absolutely. There's nobody in the league that can even come close to him. You could make an argument for Derrick Henry, but, I mean, Aaron Rodgers absolutely obliterates Derrick Henry this year. If Aaron Rodgers didn't have the Frozen Tundra game specifically, then Derrick Henry could theoretically win that award. Because Mahomes is still in the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. So is Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen looked great in his first playoff game, or his second playoff game. Sorry, he's played in the playoffs before. One thing I do want to talk about, I mean, I was waiting for Tuesday, but Lamar Jackson wins his first playoff game against the vaunted Tennessee defense that's given him problems for the last 3 years.
And as I've always, we got 2 first downs in a row by Pittsburgh. Impressive. Wow. And what I've been saying since the beginning, Lamar Jackson is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. He is one of the best running backs in the NFL.
I disagree. I mean, when you look at what he's able to do, the game planning that you have to do when he's on the field, because call him a running back if you want. I mean, he's coming from the quarterback position on the field. So the amount of game planning that you have to do. And you look at, the game today, Tennessee really did a good job, I thought, at the beginning of limiting what he was able to do with his legs. And then
did you notice in the second half they took Harold Landry off the spy?
Yeah.
And they put him into the pass rush. And that was the end of Harold Landry and the Tennessee Titans' hopes and dreams of that game.
Yeah, because as soon as you flush him out of the pocket, he's gone.
Yeah.
He had that really nice throw to Marquise Brown up the seam. That was a hell of a throw.
That was his only good throw of the day, though.
He can be surgical with the football. He's just not ever going to be that guy. I think we have to stop waiting for
4 first downs in a row. Big pass to Deontay Washington. So they're marching down the field right now with 4:27 left in the half.
stop waiting for Lamar Jackson to turn into this amazing threat quarterback. He's never going to be that guy, but the way he plays football, you can win that way.
Austin, would you take the Browns to the Super Bowl right now at plus 450?
No.
Not a chance, no. They still have to go through Buffalo. They still have to go through Kansas City, theoretically. Yeah, I also don't think Cleveland has the proper defense to take on Lamar Jackson, so if they go up against Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't like the matchup. I don't like
them. Wouldn't surprise me if Mason Rudolph comes in the second half right under. I think this might be Big Ben's game. I don't know if Mike Tomlin would bench him. I agree. I don't think Tomlin benches him.
I think there's a rough relationship that we don't really know too much about between Tomlin and Big Ben, just because Big Ben's historically been a drama queen. And Tomlin really just cares about winning football games, and I think you can see that in any interview that he does. So I'm not ruling that out. I think it'd be possible to see Mason Rudolph come in. You know, when they played Mason Rudolph against Cleveland in week 17, right? Yeah.
No, it's because they benched Ben altogether, though, to get him ready for the playoffs.
And Rudolph looked good. I mean, he didn't play horrible. So, there we go.
Miles, whoever is 78, I think I don't know who that is. But 78 on the Pittsburgh Steelers is probably the one bright spot. Is it Villanova? It looks like Villanueva.
Yeah.
He's taking care of Myles Garrett, and Myles Garrett all game is not getting to Big Ben.
Yeah.
Sadie. Sorry, my dogs are having fun.
And you know how much of a handful Myles Garrett can be. He's still having an effect on the game. Don't get it twisted. Myles Garrett's still getting after Big Ben and making him get the ball out a little bit earlier. I think you can even look into the games yesterday. People were like, oh, well, Chase Young didn't deliver on his promise to get after Brady. I'm like, yeah, but he definitely still had an effect on that game. Young was in the backfield quite a bit, making Brady throw the ball a little more early than they wanted to. That's why there were a lot of, incompletions. In the third quarter, I thought the Bucs looked very pedestrian. Brady was missing his reads a lot. Receivers were dropping passes. Brady was getting under pressure a little bit. And I think if you look forward to the matchup now where the Bucs have to go to New Orleans, I think that's a very unfavorable matchup for them because there's so many guys that can get after the pass rusher there. On top of the fact that they can suffocate you with the run game.
No flag. 3rd and 1, they didn't get the touchdown. 100% agree. I like Ben, but you can tell he's tired. Next year is going to look a lot different. 3 playoff quarterbacks are probably retiring between Rivers, Big Ben, and Bryce.
I have Rivers. Yeah, Rivers is done. The only one that I could see coming back, and just because he likes the drama, is Big Ben. I don't see Phillip Rivers.
With the way his arm is, if he's coming back, he's getting cut. Pittsburgh needs to rebuild, restart.
They do. No, they absolutely do. I just don't know if they won't have the draft capital to get a quarterback. And then do you really want to take this young roster that you've made? Although they're not super young, but a lot of their playmakers are. And do you really want to throw a veteran guy that's really never proven anything, like a Matthew Stafford or something like that, into that mess? I don't know. I'd like to see the Steelers get Sam Darnold.
Well, as it stands right now, going into next season, the only weapons that Pittsburgh's really going to have is James Conner and Chase Claypool, and maybe Deontay Washington. I don't know his contract off the top of my head.
I think you're confusing 2 different receivers. They have James Washington and Deontay Johnson. So
yes, I am.
They have a couple. And I actually like both of those guys a lot. Although
I think it's James Washington is the free agent at the end of the year along with Juju.
Okay, yeah, Juju's out.
Juju's definitely out. And if Washington goes right behind him, oh my God, my dogs won't. My dogs are having a fun time, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just a wild time here at my house because,
nice.
My wife is picking up my mother from the airport because, we weren't supposed to go live today, but we are.
That's okay. I was laying down in my bed watching Sunday Night Football, and then I was like,
my message came through.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll hop on, sure.
So you said you didn't watch the game on Nickelodeon earlier, the Saints and the Bears?
I barely watched the Bears-Saints game. I'm gonna be honest. I seen the score and I was like, oh god, the Bears suck. I
wait until the second half.
Yeah, no, I mean Chicago definitely held their own for a little while. They have a good defense. No one was gonna ever argue that their defense is really good. They were missing Jalen Johnson today, and that definitely hurts. He's been a bright spot in their secondary. But I mean, I never really was in doubt that the Saints were gonna beat them, and even if New Orleans didn't play a perfect game, I thought Drew Brees looked good enough to win a Super Bowl. Now that being said, they have to go play Tampa, so you get Drew Brees versus Tom Brady in an epic matchup of quarterbacks who are over 40. And
just a quick update: 4th and 1, they go for it. Did they get the first down? It looks like they're gonna. We got them coming in on opposite sides of the first down marker. This is a key moment right now for Pittsburgh. If they don't mark this a first down, they marked it a first down. So it's going to be 1st and goal on the 1-yard line. This is Pittsburgh's chance. The Nickelodeon game was great. I mean, at least Mitch has the MVP award, even though that's a joke. And James Conner scores a touchdown. So for the Nickelodeon gave out a Nickelodeon MVP award. And the fans, and I have to assume it's probably accurate because I've learned over the last, I want to say month that when people say the fans vote for it, legally they have to let the fans vote for it, and they cannot rig it in any way, shape, or form. I learned that because of WWE Cyber Sunday, actually.
Yeah.
So the fans voted for Mitch Trubisky, who put up a whole 3 points. And we got a comment from Chad here. It's time for Big Ben to retire. Yeah, that's been this. What is that noise? All right, Austin, you take the helm. Yeah, all right, you take the helm real quick. I'm going to back out and come back.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, Jake seems to be having some kind of technical issues.
I think it's you.
Is he back?
Yep, because this is still there. So, Randall, I see you. Let's go right there with that 1 touchdown. Do you think that they can come back? Yep. Okay. It's definitely you. So, yeah. All right. So he's gonna. I pulled you off to see if it was you. As soon as you went off, that the sound I'm getting in my headphone went away. So it's definitely you with the issue. And you're frozen now. We'll let him figure that out. So with 1:44 to go, it's 28-7. And we got Jay here with let's go. I don't know who he's voting for or rooting for. Voting. Yeah. Sorry. Talking about the Nickelodeon vote real quick. I don't know who he's rooting for. He's not normally a football guy. He's just here to support us on Twitch. Plug the Twitch again at officialGC_GCSN. And once again, guys, like, share, and comment. The Facebook algorithm helps us so much when you like our videos, when you comment on our videos featuring my husky. It is super important to like, share, and comment on our stuff if you are enjoying what you see. Randall over here, again, absolutely 1 touchdown, 100%. He thinks the Steelers are going to win. I think he's a little ridiculous. I don't think the Steelers are going to win. Jay is rooting for the Browns. All right. It's hard not to root for the Browns when this is their first playoff appearance in how long, guys? It's been a long time. This is almost bittersweet to watch because we all know Pittsburgh probably should have won this game. But but they're imploding. DeAndre since 2002, he says. Austin, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I see you over there. Just reading. I'm trying to keep up with the game while I talk. It's kind of a challenge. I used to live stream wrestling events, and it was very difficult. I mean, the Steelers wasted money by signing Derek Watt, and they hardly ever use him. So that seems to be a big issue in the fan base of the Steelers. Oh my God. The Steelers fans don't seem to like Derek Watt and how much money he got paid. This is something else. 3rd and 6, 1:28 to go. I don't think Pittsburgh comes back from this, honestly. I really don't. Anybody have any other thoughts that we haven't touched upon about this game? Any questions, any comments, any random... Anybody wants my dog? Like, he's just all being nosy right now. I know, you're having a good time. They cannot get to Baker. Baker just ran with it. I don't know if he got the first down, though. 119. Just an absolute murderous blowout. Again, Cleveland is without, I think, 7 players and 5 coaches due to COVID. Austin's having issues. He's going to participate from the comments here. I guess I'll just dissect what he says and ramble on and on like I do best. Randall, hopes and prayers. He's hoping, he's praying. He wants the Steelers to come back. Craig, my man, what do you think about, I don't even know if you watch football, to be honest, but what do you think about this Cleveland-Pittsburgh blowout? It is 28-7, and there's an upside to this, actually. Cleveland's head coach isn't even there. We all know Stefanski's not there. Alex Van Pelt is calling the plays, damn it. Put some respect on his name because he is leading this team to a 28-7 victory, Trevor. Pittsburgh needs a miracle. I don't disagree. But crazier things have happened in football. They are only down by 21, not 28-3. And it looks like Cleveland is really trying to push into field goal range to go up that extra 3 points. Baker really has no issues throwing his body out there for a first down. No, he doesn't. He absolutely did not. It was beautiful. It's what you want to see out of your franchise quarterback, fighting for those extra yards in the playoffs. If he did that in the regular season, though, I'd have an issue with it because you're putting a body on the line in the regular season for no reason. Now you're in the playoffs. It makes sense. You're picking your right time to make that kind of move. Whew. Let's see. Let's see if they can get into field goal range. Quick shovel pass to, oh my, what a, Chubb goes probably about 20 yards. I'm not a statistician. Alex Van Pelt was the Green Bay QB coach for a long time. And Aaron Rodgers gave him a lot of love on the Pat McAfee show. Absolutely. And if you don't watch the Pat McAfee show, I highly recommend it. It's funny. It's hilarious, and he has a great slew of guests, including Aaron Rodgers every Tuesday. I don't think that Cleveland's going to pull in Atlanta. I really don't. Carson Wentz might get signed by the Steelers this offseason. I don't ever see that happening. No, if anywhere, he's going to Philly. And they are officially in field goal range to that extra 3. This is light work. Yeah, Cleveland taking care of Pittsburgh is definitely light work for Cleveland. Next week, they're not going to be as lucky. But they're going to have their head coach back, hopefully. I think that 10 days will be up. Oh, forget the field goal. They're going for another touchdown. They are on the 12-yard line now after Kareem Hunt just ran the ball for the first down. Wentz will go to the unemployment line or the Colts. Aren't they the same thing, though? The Browns really came out here as the underdogs with a win-at-all-cost mentality. Hopefully that carries over into next week. Absolutely. Is the Pat McAfee show streamed online, and what time is it on in the morning? Martin, if I remember correctly, you're on the East Coast, so it starts at, is it noon? Yeah, noon. It's noon to 3 for you, because it's 11 to 2 for me, and it is on YouTube and Sirius XM. If Cleveland scores a touchdown here, we're going to be back in the same situation. They'll be up by 28, and the game will be over at halftime. If the Browns win, they go against, it would be Buffalo, I believe. I definitely think it's Buffalo. I could be wrong, though. I haven't actually looked at the AFC side of things because this game had yet still. Muting my mic to yell at my dogs. So much fun. And I was walking one of my dogs when the game kicked off, but I believe Steelers had the ball first and fumbled on the first play, which is what incited all of this. Browns would play Kansas City. All right, so the Browns would be the lowest seed remaining. Good evening, Jake. Go Bills. And there's the touchdown to Austin Hooper. The Pittsburgh defense looks so gassed. Cam Hayward looks like he has no idea what's going on. This is wild. Just a simple out route in the end zone. Nobody even near him at all. Trevor with that. There it is. Matt, up in somewhere in the Watkins Glen, New York area. That's the most I know. Eagles fan first. Don't know how that happened. We do apologize for your pains this season, Matt. But at the same time, we are laughing at your pains, as you saw in our group chat when I made fun of Carson Wentz again at your expense. Bills fan second. At least a good team second. Baker, touchdown maker. What a... All right, guys, once again, please make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you comment on this video. Make sure you tell your friends my beautiful face is on screen right now. I'm yelling, I'm having a good time, but everybody, make sure you like the video. The more likes we have, the more faces we reach, the more people we talk to, the more people we get to talk shit to. And that's the funnest part about football, is talking shit about other teams. Am I right or am I right? Don't apologize. Sucks to suck. We're talking about Carson Wentz and the Eagles right now. It's 2021 and the Browns are destroying the Steelers. Who would have thought we would be saying that today? With the COVID running rampant all up in the Cleveland area, I did not think we would be saying that. However, I would have picked Cleveland if COVID didn't take out Stefanski specifically. I want to turn the... it's that bad, Randall. It's that bad. Do you need anything from us? Can we help you out? Can we maybe not make fun of the Steelers for 20 seconds, I guess? Like, comment, and share unless you're a Steelers fan. That's what we're saying on this one. 31 seconds, and the kick return goes to the 27. Josh Allen got very lucky on that throw for a touchdown close to the end zone yesterday. I guess you could say that. Austin, wipe your tears with your terrible towels. That's one of the dumbest concepts in football, honestly. 25. Do you want 25 seconds of us not making fun of the Steelers? Is that what we're going with? Sadie, come here. Come on screen. All right, we got Stella instead. I'm just trying to quiet them down for the last 28 seconds, because at halftime, I'll let you guys go. You guys can have a fun time. Maybe I'll be back if this absolute slaughter continues. But again, guys, make sure you like our page. Make sure you comment on our videos. Make sure you like our videos. And we have a decent-sized run by the Pittsburgh Steelers with 20 seconds to go. And they call a timeout, as they should. If they can get into field goal range and make this 35-10, I still don't think they have a chance. Oh, it's quiet. Yeah, crickets. The Pittsburgh defense has absolutely, under no circumstance, Kodiak. My dogs are ridiculous today. Under no circumstance can the Pittsburgh Steelers actually stop the Cleveland Browns. And that's the biggest problem in this game right now. Randall, oh, thanks, man. This is my first time actually seeing you comment on any videos. I'm glad you're here. Even though it's at the expense of your favorite team, I'm glad you're here. We're usually live every Tuesday. Oh, and he falls. Wide open, and Deontay Johnson falls. And my co-host, Austin, who's having technical issues now. Like, comment, share, or Bill O'Brien will be under your bed tonight. I have so many questions. I can offer you a recording of my dad snoring if that's quiet for you. No, Trevor, please, absolutely send that to me so I can use it in everyday shows. Steel curtain is looking like a soft velvet. Oh, guys, you guys are on point with your comments tonight. 11 seconds, 10. Timeout, final timeout by Pittsburgh. They are moving up the field, though. Trying to get into field goal range, so now they have to throw it out of bounds. And Bill O'Brien is going to trade away your wife and kids. Now, I didn't know trading my wife was an option, but I love my wife, and I still wouldn't do that. I don't know if she's still watching. Randall, our resident Steelers fan right now, loves it. Loves the steel velvet. I will be back in 2 seconds. I had to cage one of my dogs, and now you're going to listen to him bark because he's just kind of an asshole. But we got 10 seconds left till halftime here. Steel curtain equals shower curtain. These comments are fire. I'm loving it. Big Ben goes down to the sideline. They're in field goal range. I was going to say, it didn't look like the clock started at all. So they still have 9 seconds. I should have at least taken 3 seconds off. It didn't. I don't care. I don't think the Steelers care. I don't think anybody cares because this is a murder. I swear, watching Baker versus Ben is like watching Freaky Friday. I don't know if I should be aroused or terrified. Everybody else, you want to help him out? Should he be aroused or should he be terrified? Let's find out. Let's let you guys decide. 49-yard field goal attempt to try to make this 35-10 before we go into half. Boswell's make probability is 58% on 49-yard field goal attempt. We'll have to see what the pressure is. Trevor wins best comment according to the co-host Austin. I'm honestly and drilled right down the middle. It's good. All right. I mean, I hate when this happens. 1 second left on the clock. Don't lie. You had to make sure the wife didn't see the comment about being traded, blaming the dog. Shame on you. Well, first off, if she's watching, she saw the comment. Secondly, the wife's not home. She's picking up my mother from the airport because I'm watching playoff football. Let me tell you one thing. I had no plans of going to pick up my own mother from the airport, coming back to the great state of Wisconsin because I'm watching playoff football here. Football. I'm not picking up my mother from the airport. That wasn't on my list of things to do today. And be aroused, well terrified, obviously. Duh. Steelers fans with a 35-10 just deficit. So you're telling me there's a chance. And for now, it's 35-10. It's halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Again, like, share, comment. Let us know what you think. Leave us a review on our Facebook page for all I care. That would probably help us too, but I don't know the analytics behind that, to be honest, and I don't really care because we're doing good as we are. We may be back if Austin can figure out his own technical issues. By the end of this game, we may not be. We don't know. But definitely, we will be here Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central? Am I in Central? I'm in Central. Central time. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you join us. We will dissect every single playoff game there is. Trevor, you also have a good night. You have to go to Weymouth, Massachusetts, 2 hours away from where you live right now. Get the hell to sleep. Like, share, comment, or JJ Watt's going to apologize to you in tears. You heard the man. Nobody wants that. That's a man's man right there. Guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment, leave a review. Do all that good stuff. Help us out. Help us get seen. Have a good night.